Welcome to the Jones.com podcast. Um, I'm here with my co-host.
Tristan. I need like a DJ name like Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy
Like, what would
and
be
Funk Flex.
so you saying you think you need like a name?
Like a radio name, like a personality name.
Like I'm Jones.com.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm Tristan.
So, what do you think like a cool name should be?
I don't know. Should I go the Chance route? Should I be Tristan the podcaster
You wanna pick your name how like Gambino chose his?
on the Wu Tang?
Yeah, let's do that.
On the Wu Tang generator.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Let's see.
Let's do like out of three.
Out of three.
Yeah,
Oh.
like how we used to play 2K random 3 times. Pick out of that three.
All right. Wu-Tang name generator. What are these like? What if this still, bro? It's a web WuTangClan.net name generator.
All right, let's get it.
I'm gonna type in Tristan.
It's OM. Make sure you remember that.
Woo me.
Woo me.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Criminal mad.
Okay. Not mad at that.
Really? That's awful. All right, we're gonna do this one more time.
We got three. We got two more times.
All right, too much. All right. Well, it popped up again.
Jesus.
Let's go with
I do
Jacob.
believe it.
Let me put in Jacob. Let's see. All right, what's your middle name?
Jacquez.
Like Travis Scott?
Kinda, yeah. JACQUEZ.
JCQU.
Yep.
That's the most ghetto. Bagman Humble.
Bag
Yeah.
man humble.
Yeah, Bagman Humble.
I'm not feeling that one.
You not feeling that one? All right. I'm gonna type in King Armor
Okay, there we go.
and let's see what pops up. Iron Toed Dark.
Iron toe. This is not a good one. We need to.
I'm gonna type in Donald Glover and see if Childish Gambino pops up.
That's such a cool. Only he can
No,
do that.
it didn't. So, did you like any of these? Can we just go to a different one?
Nah, yeah, we have to go to a different one. We should let the viewers decide.
Let's see.
What should my name be? My radio personality name.
All right. One said Tristan, from this day forward, you will be known as Bitter Criminal.
Bill the criminal.
Bitter.
Bitter the criminal.
No, just
No.
Bitter Criminal.
Oh, bitter.
Bittah criminal.
No, bitter criminal. No. He's giving me like mad rapper.
But I mean, these are supposed to be rap names.
Like I know, but that's giving me the mad rapper vibe.
Let me try Jacquez. Sarcastic Wanderer.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
How?
I like that one.
These sound like
That's closer to my personality though.
yeah,
Than the
but
bitter criminal.
it's like, how about just sarcastic? But like the way it's spelled is like real blackish, if that makes sense.
But that's my podcast name. We gotta get into topics. I don't want the first 15 minutes. We'll figure this out.
When?
It'll be King_Armor until
But I'm not calling you King.
you can. I mean, you call me Mister,
Mr. What?
Mister or Sir,
No, what? Huh?
Sire,
Sire. You know, I knew a guy named Sir Brian.
Sir Brian. Okay,
Like, no, like his first name was Sir Brian.
okay.
And I was like, nigga, do you think you're knighted? Like, who?
I love it.
Like, but, and it's like, he told, like, girls used to call him Brian just regularly.
That's disrespectful because just call me Sir. If that's how you would have, if you would have cut my name, why did you cut the shorter the portion of that? You should have cut Brian.
Nah.
Call me Sir.
Nah. Now I want to name my son something, like, so crazy that, like, when you address him, you have to come correct.
This is my thing with names because you know how people be like, that's not how you spell that name, but you go with it because that's what they said their name was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like like someone like Brianna, but they spell it totally different than how
Like Bryanna.
something wild. It's like that ain't even how that really don't even pronounce Brianna. That pronounce something different.
One?
But sorry, well, but we call them what it's called because that's what their parents named them. So I
Right.
want to name my kid like William, but then like spell it like Gregory. And they be like, Gregory, my name's pronounced William. Thank you very much. Like that's how I want it.
No, that's just stupid. That's like taking it too beyond. Like some of those, what you're saying is like kind of just creative ways. But Gregory,
but they're gonna spell it like William, like something like that. So it's just like, but that's what I named my child. You're not gonna tell me that's not how I pronounce it. Like that's how I want to do it.
What would be the worst thing to name your child? Honestly,
I mean, Hitler's definitely up there, right?
nah, nah, not really.
No. Okay. Wow. We moved past that as a society.
You know.
Osama.
I mean, come on. Like, what if you're Arab? Like,
I mean, but still, I mean, there's no Germans named Hitler or Adolf in that.
I mean, we had an American named Adolf.
Ooh.
Dolph. What you mean? Dolph was.
I walked into that. I guess.
You did.
Guess.
His name was Adolf.
I don't know why.
What you mean?
We gotta stop.
You got to stop what?
I felt like it wasn't like Hitler's like bloodline like purposely didn't have children so they wouldn't continue
That's crazy.
like something like his like relatives purposely did not have kids
That's just stupid.
so the bloodline would stop him.
Nah, who do you think he are? Like the last Avatar or something?
That's why it's wild to me.
No, nah, nah. But nah, I think you should like be able to name your kids whatever.
I mean, no, yeah, go for it. Like I think I gotta find this clip. It's a WNBA player. And her name's like China, but they don't spell it like China. And it's like, well, why didn't if you wanted to name your child China, why not just name it like China? Like, no, I'm with it. I'm cool with like. Well, I do think that at some point judges should step in on certain names, but
Like,
I
no, Elon Musk kids,
like that.
those are just symbols.
Yeah, they should just step in on that.
And you know what's great is like a lot of people be like, "How is that child gonna grow up and go through school?" I'm like, bro, first off, they're not living the life we're living.
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Like once you in the hood and you start giving these people these type of names, then they gonna have to grow up with these type of names.
Whenever I see them type of names, I think, man, your parents didn't even give you a chance, man. They set you back already. Like,
Nah, it's this one chick that I work with, man. Her name, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Like I really don't. It's Ha, like H
be
A.
careful, man. She might see this.
So it's Ha, then it's Queen, then it's Sha. And I don't know if it's Ha Queen Sha,
Hakunsha.
and it's like how.
It reminds me of no disrespect to Hakunsha. It reminds me of just recently Drake did a diss
Hmm.
and he was like, "I spit on you niggas too," and I was like, "Does this nigga legit just spit on the mic like that?" So I was like, he said
You talking
Hakunsha.
about that Jack Harlow joint? Did
Hmm.
you see what Push responded saying?
Yeah. Wait, by the way, I'm glad I'm here now because now we can we can actually go back and look. I said that Jack Harlow was a poor man's Drake, and now they're hanging out at Turks and Caicos. They're doing songs together. You know why? Because their sound is so much alike. Like it made perfect sense for that collab to come through.
But do you think that song's new? Cause Push said it sounded
It
old.
sounded old. I mean, I think it's. I mean, how old could it possibly be? When did Drake give Jack Harlow a feature, if not in the last year?
Right, like Jack Harlow's fairly new. That's
Right.
what I was
So
assuming. I was like,
they
how
can't
could-
be that old.
And I was all I was thinking was like, even if it is old, as a diss wise, it was like as Push said, it's like,
Yeah, and I'm with him. To me, they got so far into their beef that now stuff like that is not the same. Like if this came out pre Duppy, Adidon, then I'm like, okay, all right, Drake. But now I'm with Push as a diss. Like I'm like,
well, why are
both
you
of
doing
y'all.
subliminals?
Yeah.
We know what's what.
Yeah, like this is like everybody's cards have been shown now, dude. It don't need, bro.
Right.
Just say this man's name. At the same time, I told Juan, I said, because the verse is good. And I
Oh
told
yeah,
him-
it was some disrespectful stuff in that verse.
And I
Like
said-
that I just respect it as like a human being saying.
And I told him, I said, look, Drake is becoming the rap game Chris Middleton to me, because how can you go from I'm a lesbian too to something like that? I said that was really good. So it's like Chris Middleton, because Chris Middleton turns in like 15-point games, and then he drops like 45. It's like, well, where did this come from? Like, which player are you for real? So I don't know if are you got so many chains on, call me Chain and Tatum, or if you how how we say how much water can I put up under the bridge until it starts to overflow? I'm like, that's crazy.
You wouldn't look at Drake as a Chris Paul.
Mm,
Reason I'm saying that is like regular season. He got it as in like just every like you know what I'm saying. You can always throw Drake anywhere. You know what I'm saying. You can throw Chris Paul anywhere, and he gon' pretty much take you so far. But like when it comes to taking you to that champion, like to make that like that classic. Like once that album dropping, like it's really game time, and cause like yeah, you number one seed every year, but when that album drop,
I don't know. I would say before this year, before maybe like before recently, I viewed him as the LeBron, and his no, I mean, he's putting up these crazy numbers.
mm,
He's making niggas look good that ain't really that good, you know, i.e. McConan, i.e.
whoa,
the nigga.
whoa.
McConan was nominated for a Grammy, and I like McConan, but he was nominated for a
I love
Grammy when he
McConan,
added Drake.
bro,
Uh,
bro. But Conan has some shit, bro.
I,
Let's
I
let's
like
not.
I like
Let's not
sex, love, exes. I like all that, but at the same time, he got nominated for a Grammy with Drake. Same like Mo Williams got an All Star. I like Mo Williams, but I mean, he got an All Star for LeBron.
right.
What's the dude that Dior and Trey don't go together.
Oh, Smiley. Oh, he went crazy in that,
Huh? Like
bro.
he making these guys like.
Louis and Dior don't go together.
I mean, yeah, I love that Louis Dior. He wore my drip, but I wore it better. I like that little bit, and the rest of it kind of like falls off for me. But that little flow he was in, I'm like, okay. Same with Block Boy JB. Like Look Alive is, you know, like he be giving guys a look, and you know, like so to me he was like LeBron. Now I don't know where he's at now. I mean, he might be still LeBron. I mean, you know,
Missing the
yeah,
playoffs.
regular season going crazy.
I feel like
But
we haven't talked about the Lakers on this podcast enough.
oh, I mean, I think that's good though, right? I mean, I feel like everyone else talks about them a lot.
Right,
So
but I just want to shit on them one
okay, one
time.
time.
Be-
It's gonna be hard because they have two of my Kentucky guys, so I
see,
won't let
see,
it go so
see,
far.
here's the thing, right? This is what people need to realize. I had a lot of people all season talking shit
Okay.
that they were gonna be better than San Antonio,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean,
and I wanted San Antonio to tank because I feel like we need some draft. We need a player that's gonna change our like our best player should be a number three on the team. To be honest with you,
hmm,
I don't think Dejounte Murray
hmm,
should be any team's number one or two
that's true.
because you're not gonna win a championship with Dejounte Murray being your number one or two.
This is true. This is true.
So if he's our best player, if our best player is a number three, then what the hell are the rest of our players? You know what I'm saying? I feel like we have a team full of just like average guys. Like
I felt like y'all were gonna trade. Like if y'all, even if y'all got a good draft pick, I thought y'all were just gonna like package it to get somebody.
what? Huh?
Like who you get in the draft is gonna turn that around?
I don't know.
Ain't nobody in the draft like that right now.
See, you don't know that until 3 years from now.
I mean, I get
You might,
like Powell is good, but like you said, you have to wait 3 years. Jabari is good, but you might have to wait 2 years.
but you might get somebody like you could possibly draft a Trey or a Ja
Ain't no trades in this draft.
or
Not that I saw.
I mean, yeah, not that you saw, but I'm just saying you never know who these guys might turn out and be.
This is true.
And so like that's what I want. I
But
want
Trey
us
and Ja were like ridiculous their
I'm
first
not
2 years.
I'm not arguing that. So what I'm saying is I feel like we should have been putting ourselves in a position for a better future, right? Now, with that being said, we still ended up better than the Lakers.
This is true.
And it's been a lot of people cuz the Nets right now are down 0-2. And people keep saying if Brooklyn get bounced in the first round, do we clown them worse than we did the Lakers? And
For getting bounced in the first?
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is where I disagree.
Okay.
The Lakers ain't even make the play in. That's 10th seed.
No, but we said New Clown them worse than the Lakers when they got bounced last year
No.
against the Suns. That's not the argument?
No,
Oh.
bounced like just this year in general.
Oh, this year in general. But still, they were like,
They they didn't make the play in.
this is true. But the
The-
West is a
the-
little bit, you know.
Worse this year record wise. You're right.
They were, but yeah, it was closer in the East. Yeah.
They didn't make the play in. You know how bad that is? You're 11th seed.
But they were out their arguably their first best player for a majority of the season. So
That's an so that you know what that brings my next point. Can we finally agree that he is street clothes AD?
Yeah, okay, but I'm with AD. I told you it's gonna be hard because he's one of my Kentucky guys. I'm with AD in the sense that the injuries that he's getting aren't like little chippy injuries. These are injuries that would usually take someone out longer than they're taking him out,
That's fine. You
and
still
he's
injury prone. I don't care what kind of
because
injury it
I
is.
feel like it's because he keeps trying to rush back to prove people wrong. Like I'm not that, so he rushed back and it's like you just hurting yourself more. Like if you would have sat out as expected, like that first injury, second injury, he might not have had the third, fourth, or fifth injury.
I don't
But
know about that.
I mean, he is.
In the past 2 seasons, he's played 20 more games than Kawhi Leonard.
I mean, Kawhi's also another breed
But
of
but Kawhi hasn't played a game this year, and he
Kawhi.
doesn't play back to backs.
Kawhi's also a different breed and games played and.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, for a guy who tore an ACL, didn't play a game this year, and then the year he was healthy, he don't play back to backs.
80s. But I mean, look,
And AD's only played 20 more games than him in the past 2 years. That is awful.
he's just like I said, rushing to get back too. So he just needs to when he gets
Street
hurt, just stays
clothes.
hurt.
He's street clothes. A Disney, like bro, and then it's making it like the following years after their bubble championship, it's like proving that it was nothing but a Mickey Mouse ring.
No, I think also the bubble helped a lot of people with injuries because they took that little break. Remember Paul George on there like, who was he talking to? Dennis Schroeder. Like,
Uh,
I'm coming back. You know, this
right.
break got my shoulder. So you got to think that also helped AD probably recover because he got to sit out those times.
So you can only win a championship with him if A, he takes a mid-season break, and B, he don't have to do any traveling.
I mean, I think they're going to have to do what they do with Kawhi, which is load management, no back to back, stuff like that. I don't know what's wrong with him, honestly.
He delicate.
They need to. I think they need to go draft a big. Not draft a big. Oh, I mean they can draft a big, but I think they need to trade for a big.
Trade who?
Russ.
Who wants Russ?
Then the Hornets. I don't know. They don't have a big to trade.
First
So you
off,
get a third team
first
involved.
off, I don't know where those like rumors are coming. Like Shams is losing credibility. to me
MJ
for
likes
that.
Russ.
Shams is losing credibility to me for that.
MJ likes Russ. Why? What? Besides the Knicks, the Hornets might be the most questionable ran organization. They had Kemba Walker, Ishmael.
Uh huh.
Now MJ knew he was not going to re-sign Kemba for a max deal,
Right.
but he let him play out his contract
Right.
for no apparent reason. If you just like, he could have just traded him
For what?
and got anything. But
They got Terry Rozier and a sign and trade back with the. I'm not understanding what's
they
the
could have
issue.
got more with that. Then
Could they?
yeah, at that point, no one knew what. At that point, Kimber was actually like productive. They could have got way more than scary Terry.
No. See, this is what you're not realizing. No one else would have paid Kimba that contract either.
No, someone definitely would.
No, who?
There's always someone stupid enough to do that.
No one. First off, no one. Like no NBA team really needs a point guard that bad.
Someone is always someone.
No one needs a point
The
guard.
Orlando at that point didn't have one.
And what are you getting from Orlando?
Picks,
You think Orlando's giving up picks for Kimba Walker?
definitely.
That's stupid.
They're stupid. They're number 3. They have 10 guards. They don't have a game plan either. Sacramento is another poorly ran.
What are you
gotta
getting from
stop.
Sacramento?
You have to stop thinking that these GMs have IQ.
But what you gotta understand it. Like, if you trade Kimba, you're not getting anything worth it.
You're
back.
getting. You would have got something better than Rozier. I promise you to trade him mid-season.
I mean, it looks like they won because Terry Rozier's been doing pretty well for the Hornets.
They could have got more than that.
Kimba ain't doing a damn thing.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I didn't say he was done for not signing him. I said he was done for not trading him when you knew you weren't going to sign him.
Stop it. I think they did the right thing by letting him play out his time in Charlotte, and you know what I'm saying. You get him up out of there.
You trade him. There's always a team stupid enough.
So once again,
Like that's a bonus for, not Sabonis.
for Halliburton,
For Halliburton, completely dumb. You just traded a person like productive, young, for no apparent reason. That don't make sense on paper. It don't make sense.
that trade was so weird that no one got better because of it. Like everybody's like, what does this trade do for either team?
It gave Indiana a solid like young player. Like Halliburton's going to be good. Like that's a building block. They got-
Sabonis wasn't old. This is what I'll tell you.
I mean, that's true, but Sabonis had. I think Sabonis reached where they. I think he reached a ceiling where I think Halliburton has a higher ceiling. You pretty much know what you're finna get out of Sabonis at
What do
this
you
point.
think Tyrese Halliburton's gonna do to the league?
I mean, he's already doing something to the league. He's already like shown he can be productive.
His ceiling to me
Is high.
is around. Hmm. What is his ceiling? He's like his ceiling is like around Joe Johnson,
First of all, Joe's a $200 million player, but
but
I think he could be who you guys think.
or Michael Redd.
No, I think he's who you guys who y'all think Donovan is. I think he could be that.
No, no,
I
no,
think he
no.
could be in that type.
I mean, what is that?
I think a solid shot maker, and
Yeah,
he can facilitate better than Donovan.
I hear what you're saying, but Donovan is getting his ass kicked by Jalen Brunson right
I
now.
think he's gonna be. I said who y'all think Donovan is. I know what Donovan
I
is.
know I love Donovan. I think he's amazing.
I think
But it's just like
he's a volume shooter, and he has his confidence in his shot.
he's fifth overall in playoff points per game averages.
He has his confidence in his
Fifth
shot,
overall.
and it's unwarranted because he's not that good at shooting these shots. Like he don't shoot a good 3-point shot for as many as he takes.
Who does?
What?
Not that
Bane
many.
is like Bane be pulling, and it's a good percentage. Like when he shoots, I'm like, all right.
I believe in Donovan. You know what's crazy? I don't believe in Donovan, but if you bet against him, you'll be wrong.
I'm cool with that. They no.
But the
I
problem
just heard that they told
what?
that the Mavs said anybody who Donovan's guarding, go with him.
Oh, that's just stupid.
There's nobody on the Mavs team that should be going at Donovan, but they're doing that.
But I mean, it's like
Besides
the Mavs.
Luca, who
Boy,
on
don't do
that
that.
team that you're constantly telling them to go at their best player?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
No, and even Spencer's not even that good offensively to say, you see the best dude, go at him every time. Oh, Donovan's on Keebler, go at him, attack him. That don't sound right. You wouldn't say that to KD. You wouldn't say that to like Ja. Like
That would
go at
definitely
him.
say do that. Go ahead. They said about bro. I just seen it was like if the Warriors play Memphis, who are they gonna hide Ja
Oh, cause
against?
Ja, I think just needs to be better disciplined. Now, he has all the tools to be a great defender.
Everybody does. They have two feet and some legs. I
No,
don't.
but Ja has like crazy speed, crazy athleticism. He has all the tools. He just needs to be disciplined.
They're NBA players. They have crazy speed.
No, but Ja's speed and athleticism are different. There's not a lot of guys that can jump like Ja in his position.
He
There's not a lot
has
of guys
stop and
who's-
go speed. That's what you're trying to say, and that does not translate to defense.
He can be.
You want me to tell you why? Because no one's saying Patrick Beverly has great speed, but we're saying he's a great defender. We're not
He's
saying
disciplined. That's what
we're
I'm saying.
not saying Marcus Smart has great speed.
He's a different nigga, but he's also disciplined on defense.
You're not saying he's speedy at all.
He's
but
first of all, Marcus Smart has some speed too.
yeah, he's an NBA player. But what I'm saying is you're not going to consider
But
him
I'm
a
sa-
speedy guy.
I'm saying, but the best defensive players have discipline, and I'm saying that's what Ja needs, and he would be a great defender because he has all the other tools that a lot of those guys don't.
I'm not understanding. Like Tayshaun Prince, another slow
First of all,
guy.
he has length and
Yeah.
discipline. So I'm saying, like
Ron Artest, another slow guy. Like
Gary Payton, speed, strength, he could jump, and discipline. Defensive Player of the Year. Like if you put all of Ja's tools together,
was Gary Payton really that good defensively?
what?
I don't know. Like every
Is-
time I watch a video, like I was like
You
somebody,
didn't see Last Dance. You saw
bro.
they put him on Jordan one game and they got that game.
Why they didn't do it for the whole series?
That's what they were. Have you seen Last Dance?
I watched some of it, but I didn't watch it like straight because like some of it is like, bro, if they did this today, the news, the media about it, like
My favorite clip on Twitter was like, all this whole Kyrie unvaccinated thing. If this was Jordan, he would have gave him the shot himself. Like you think
no, not even that. Kyrie took some personal days off,
Nah, MJ wouldn't have had none of that.
and the world had an issue.
MJ wouldn't have had none of that.
Dennis Rodman went to Vegas. What are you talking
He
about?
came back and played.
He went to
He
Vegas.
didn't miss games because he wanted to do that.
We don't know that.
in the documentary we saw
He
I
went
mean,
to Vegas for a whole
MJ went
weekend.
to Atlantic City the night after the game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like the things
But they
these players,
came and played. Kyrie didn't want
bro,
to play. That's
the
the
things
problem.
these guys were doing
Do whatever you
in the
want.
'90s was like, bro, come on, bro.
We were just talking about this at work because someone came and talking about the Mets back in like in the '80s, and there was like I think like '87 Mets or '85 Mets. Like they were like just straight up like cocaine, like alcohol, drugs, and they were like beating everybody's ass, and it's like, how are they even performing? And they just was partying 2 hours before the game.
This is baseball.
Like this is ridiculous, but they shouldn't be like this. Like my coworker said, how are they hitting 90, 100-mile fastballs with a hangover?
It's baseball, bro.
It's 100-mile fastball.
Bro, you gotta look at it like this. If you hitting it 1 out of 3 times, you a pretty great hitter. You bat 3 times a game
Okay,
on average.
okay. And some guys go 0 for 3.
Right. So I guess they were getting 1 hit a game. That's all you got.
No, they were beating ass, so they were getting more than 1 hit a game, and they were hung over at that. I said, imagine what they would have done if they weren't. They probably would have been like undefeated. Like they would have been historic.
Nah, like, see, what you gotta realize is the drugs, it numbs your mind to all the like distractions. You get what I'm saying? So like,
So they had them focused. So
yeah, like they like, I won't say focus, but you just carefree at this point. So you don't care if you miss or not. It's like, if I hit this bitch, I hit this bitch. If
I'm
I don't,
impressed.
I
I've
don't.
never done coke, but I'm assuming that playing baseball alone is a difficult
I
thing.
don't think I've never done coke either, but it's almost dry. But nah, I mean,
Speaking of coke,
but I don't know, cause it's like when you look at them like for example, I know you've been watching that Lakers winning.
not yet.
Whoa, what?
I'm waiting until it's done.
Yo, when I tell you there's some crazy shit going on in
I
there.
know it, and I see all the players, all the former players, like that's not real. I'm like, oh, that means it's all real. Now I definitely gotta
No, no,
watch.
no. What Kareem said, I read Kareem's article and he had the best take on it.
Kareem is really insightful.
He was like, now I'm like in my 80s, 70 or 80 year old, however old he is. He was like, I'm used to people making like false accusations and portrayals of me. He said, but this shit right here, he said, it's not even close. Like he said, yo, first off, you're dumbing. He said you're dimming down every single individual based off one character trait we believe of them. Like
Mm.
every single one. He said, you know what? Who we think Magic is? A sex hornball. We're gonna make him that. That's all
Mm.
he is in this. Like literally, like, and when you look at it, it's like, okay, I can see this take. And then Jeannie Buss, she's in the show, and like she's this 19-year-old intern. Kareem was like, bro, she never came to the Lakers until she had graduated with her master's degree.
Jesus, she's like 25 or something.
Bro,
Like
yeah,
that.
he was like, bro, this is not even close to being accurate as a show, whatever. He said, but like if people find it entertaining, by all means. But he was like, he don't find it entertaining because like it's just like,
Well, of course, it.
no, to me, I mean, hey man, that shit is
I mean,
that's
look.
good stuff.
I mean, I see what he's saying, but the same part when I saw Magic say how many women he was sleeping with,
Hmm.
and when he was sleeping with someone, and he came in like a office space, and he's sleeping with the receptionist as a meeting's going on. So I mean, at the same time, I haven't seen the show, but
All right.
I mean, they're painting Magic as a sex hornball. I mean,
Now,
he painted himself like that.
now one of my friends, she was like, yeah, I've heard everything the former Lakers player saying, but this isn't a documentary.
Which is also true.
She said, I don't care how accurate this thing
It's
is.
entertaining.
I just want to be entertained.
And someone's like, did they not read the book that came out 8 years ago? That the show is like depicting the show's depicting the book.
Well, I don't know. No one's.
It's the book called Showtime or something
Mhm.
like that. And I think I just found out recently they didn't name it Showtime because it's on HBO,
Mm.
so it's winning time. But apparently it's a
Oh.
book called Showtime that is what the show is based on.
Okay.
And so it's like, if y'all got a problem with the show, why didn't y'all have a problem with the book that
Niggas
came
don't
out?
read.
Right, that's what it came down to. But Jerry West had an issue.
Oh,
White folks read.
but nah. The funniest part about Jerry West is his portrayal of him having an issue with like the show perfectly
That's what someone said.
yeah
That's like,
like
this is exactly what Jerry would do. And I'm
yeah.
like, dang. So I'm trying to just wait until it finishes, and then I'm
And
gonna watch
you
it.
know Magic about to get his own thing too, right?
Yes.
I seen that. I was like, why do we have to? Why do they do this?
Someone on Twitter said Magic had to get his side of the story out.
It
Like he
had
had to
to.
get his side.
Like he's already had enough documentaries. He
This is true. Now he had
he had
the
he had,
Blarian Bird
he,
documentary,
yeah he had one the Showtime Lakers one. Then
the
there was one
the
he had
press
about
conference with the
yeah.
eight. Yeah, they had the Dream Team
Like
documentary.
what more does Magic have to say? What are you
I
gonna
mean,
talk about movie theaters?
clearly he got more. Clearly he didn't tell us his winning time story. So,
Come on, you just said you just told it. You just told me his
but
sex
that was
life.
like that was like in like an interview.
That's what I'm saying. Like bro, Magic Johnson has said everything that is needed to be said. Like,
Such an interesting guy.
is he?
He has 5, 6 documentaries on him.
See,
I think how good think how crazy his numbers really could be.
what you mean?
Like he retired what 10 years, 9 years in.
Yeah,
Think how crazy what his numbers could have been if he would have had a a full career. Like he was
that
nowhere,
was a full career.
he wasn't nowhere. I'm saying, but he was nowhere near his like end.
What did he play? 4 more years?
Probably. Think he what in '90 he had sat for what a year and a half or
Yeah,
2 years
yeah, bro,
on
two,
the
three.
Dream Team,
Yeah.
and he was still productive then. He was still going at Jordan, who at the time was the best player like in the world.
So here's the thing. Players back then only played about 9, 10 seasons. Like Larry Bird only played like 9 seasons.
But Larry had issues with his back.
But like no, that was like the thing back then. Like they only played like 10, 9, 10 seasons. Like
But
the only people who had longevity was like centers who didn't get injured like that.
Isaiah had a longer career than that, right?
Yeah, like 12 years. That's like what three? Like I said, three more.
Imagine the numbers he would have put up in them 3 years. Yeah. Imagine how many numbers he would have put up in those 3 years.
Al Horford is in his like 15th season.
That's wild.
You get what I'm saying? And like,
I honestly thought Al would have been gone by now.
why?
After when he went to Philly.
Uh-huh.
After he left, I'm like,
He did a great job in Philly.
he did his job, I guess.
He did a great job in Philly. It's just that like no one's understanding the teams they keep attempting to put together. Like, why did they even start this season with Drummond? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
They need a backup.
Drummond?
As a backup?
Stupid. Like,
Who else do you want as back? Who's their backup center now?
I don't know who's on that team now.
I can't think of who's the backup center. So they needed a backup.
I mean, Drummond would help right now since Embiid is supposedly out, but
They say he's gonna practice and then see how he feels.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yes, back. You mentioned Coke earlier, which
Right.
we gotta talk about. Pushes out,
Uh-huh.
and like as I told you earlier, I don't want to sound biased, but if this was a versus between Pharrell and Ye, I think Ye edged him. And I was like, I didn't want to look and see who
Who produced
who
what?
produced what, but you can kind of tell. But it was one song I really didn't know who. When I went back and listened, I said I guess I could tell that this was Ye. But the first go around, I said, "Geez, who produced this? This is wild."
Mm-hmm.
Was it Just So You Remember, something like that, with the little Western?
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh my God, that's my second favorite song on the album." And I had to go and look. I said, "Let me see who produced this." I said, "Oh, well, Ye has my first two."
All right. So here's my gripe with it. With the Pharrell tracks.
Okay.
And when like I've literally I don't know why, but I've seen every Push interview he's done over the past few weeks, and after you've seen one, you've seen them all because no one's creative with their questions.
No one's seen the other ones. I'm like, can y'all please do some like y'all all asking the same surface level questions?
Yeah,
Like,
how do you and Jay collab? Like, bro, he's sending the song. Like, bro, I heard him say the exact same answer. I've heard like all the exact same stuff. So it was like kind of annoying watching the Breakfast Club one today. I only watched it for that Drake clip, but my biggest gripe with Pharrell's like tracks is what Pusha said was when I'm with Pharrell, he's just trying to create this caricature or like new cadences and on the one he got with Hov, right? And he was like the way he says Night King and like
I love that.
and like I was like, bro, regular Push would have just said it regular, but like he's saying it at this
Summertime, Winterfell. I'm the Night King.
like he was saying it real high pitch, and I was like, I just know this is what like he
Bitches
was.
in my bubble, like I'm still typing.
I was like, I know this was for like Pharrell's like idea,
Yeah, cause it's like a whole little what? I'm the Night
and I was
King.
like, these are cool if you're Pharrell, because that sounds like a Pharrell, but that don't sound like Push, and that's what I liked about Ye's tracks is that he gives him that freedom to just like, yo, just
Just
bring
yeah.
bars, yo, because this is what you do.
But I think he said in one of the interviews too that Pharrell wants to like try to push him as an artist. So I think some of the Pharrell tracks are like we know is you like let's make something catchy, you know? Like he's trying to
Yeah,
give me that vibe. So like you said, like that what's the time? I'm the Night King. Da, 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 da.
yeah,
Like, I remember that part because it's so catchy. Because I know I'm
right,
hitting the ings of the like a kite string. Da, da,
yeah.
da, da. And now we hear so I think Pharrell just trying to make him like a better like. I think Pharrell is trying to like bust him out of the bubble that he's in, whereas like Ye is like approving on the bubble that he's in.
You think he's in the bubble though?
Not, I mean, in the sense that everyone's in their own creative bubble.
Right.
So I think Pharrell's like, let's break this wall down and expand over here, while Ye is
I wanna know what like Pharrell like cause Push isn't an artist that's falling off. Like he's arguably getting
mm,
bigger
yeah,
every time he drops an album, and it's like the circle he's around. He's meant to get bigger, and his albums are getting bigger and bigger. They're getting better and better,
yeah.
and it's like, what is the issue?
I think he just wants them to experiment, and explore with these other songs. I think Ye is like, this is this, and let's build on this. Let's improve
Right.
this. And I think for us, like, let's try something totally different. Like, I mean, who's to say who's right or wrong? It's two sides to every coin. But I think that's the kind of like if you're an artist, which I appreciate a producer like Pharrell, because some artists can get complacent,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
so you get a Pharrell in there, it's like let's just try something totally different. Let's try something like this. You don't really do a lot of melodies on your tracks. Let's try to do melodies.
I don't need melodies from Pusha T. You know
But
what's
it's
great?
like it's
I think Pharrell, he works great with I think Pharrell will work really well with like a Gunna, a Thug, or
I think like neon guts with him and
yeah,
Uzi sound
like yeah,
crazy.
like colorful artists. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Push is not a colorful
yeah,
artist.
he definitely works better with like experimental artists. But I mean, he's also shown that he's Pharrell, so he can produce whoever
Right.
he can get in whatever bag he wants. I think he sees the potential that we all see that Push is really like could argue top 10.
Yeah.
Top five right now, maybe top 10, top 15, however you want to place your rankings of all time. So he's just like, let's try something. I mean, Pac had songs with melodies, Biggie had songs with, you ain't
I,
always got to be in this hip hop bubble. And then Ye's just like, shoot, why break something? I mean, why fix something that's not broken? Let's just improve on it.
but
Like,
you also got to know like people sound like imagine like Push with like a melody chorus by Push. Like it's just gonna like what the fuck his
I mean, but that's the thing about it. It might be good.
nah.
I didn't think Black Youngster would sound good singing it. There, I heard a song. I'm like, you know what? This ain't bad. I like what he did with this melody.
But nah, I
And he
think
was like,
but
I
that's
don't.
Black Youngster like cuz Black Youngster got that he got like a Kodak vibe as well, you know what I'm
Same
saying?
with
So,
Kodak. You would think Kodak could sing, but you hear Kodak on the melody, it's like, you know what?
no, I mean Kodak sound like he could do some melodies.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't know until he tries. So maybe Push, try your hand a little.
Nah, I'm just not
Lot. I ain't saying him to croon, but
I'm not
if he
so
changed the little cadence on there. But yeah, I like it. I like the Uzi and the Don Tolliver track. I love that. That's
that one was weird to me.
really, I love it. I'm not the biggest fan of when I feel like your feature has more time on the song than you do. Like to me, it feels like it's a Don Tolliver track featuring Uzi and Pusha.
Yeah.
But it still sounds great. And I think Don Tolliver's becoming one of my favorite young artists.
You know what's crazy about you saying that you're not a big fan of? I feel like that like a lot of Chris Brown tracks. I remember I was playing this game with people. I was like, bro, whose song is this? And like I would play it, and look, they would know the song, and they would only know Chris Brown's part.
Mm.
And then like I was like, bro, Nate, tell me whose song this is, and they couldn't tell you. I was like, bro, that's how like
You know
certain
how I feel about him, so
yeah, you just I don't know, I
mm,
don't get it.
I don't see it.
What the talent?
I mean, I see the talent, but I mean, I don't see like I can't remember a song where I thought, oh, he just took this like from this artist.
Oh well, I mean that's just absurd.
I
But
can't think of one.
do you think that our children will know Michael Jackson
Yes, my nephew knows Michael Jackson. My nephew's 8, so
like thoroughly?
not thoroughly, but he knows that he's singing a Michael Jackson song when he sings it.
Okay.
Like he was singing, what was he singing? Dance Machine. Like he was watching something like Motown,
Mm.
ABC, or something like that. And I was like, "What you?" I was like, "Are you singing Michael Jackson?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's dancing, dancing on a dancing machine. So, yeah, he's that type of artist.
Cause,
We'll never see artists like him.
cause somebody had put on some Michael Jackson at work, and at first I thought they was going through an album, but no, it was just Michael Jackson playing, and it was like track after track. I'm like,
We'll never see anybody like him ever.
no one's like no one would tell you that, hey, yo, turn that off. Like never.
No, we'll never. We'll never see
That is
anybody like him.
great. Like,
There is not a. There is not. I. They're not born yet. If we are,
and it makes me question people who have the argument like Prince, Michael Jackson, like
it's not an argument.
at all. Like no, like no matter how big you think Drake is, or Kanye, or Jay Z, or Beyonce.
None of them really. They say Michael Jackson's first week sales were 7 million. Are you understanding that? Like we thought it was crazy when Wayne hit 1 million.
In a week, yeah.
This nigga first week sales was 6-7 million. That's not realistic no more. Like that's not realistic then. Like this nigga's not. He wasn't. He's different, man. He's beyond. Like when I like DJ and MC events at work, I'm like, man, what can I play?
Michael.
Yeah, MJ. I was working at Radio Shack back in college. This little Korean lady came by. She worked at the nail thing, and she was asking me like how to put on Apple Music on her phone. And so I was, this is well beyond my job description. But I'm gonna set up her Apple Music, and she was like, "It's working now." I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Can you test it for me?" So I'm like, for the search the song, I'm like, I don't know what a little 40-year-old Korean woman wants to listen to.
Right.
I type in Michael Jackson. She, oh my God, I love Michael. I love Michael. I said,
Bro,
who
that's
does
crazy.
it?
You know what's funny when I be at work and I be around like older Africans who like came over here like in their 30s or 20s or whatever. I don't know how old they be, but I know they grew up in Africa back in like the 80s and 70s, right? Well, probably 80s and 90s. I keep thinking of the times we are. So like some Earth, Wind and Fire would come on, and like some Whitney Houston, or you know what I'm saying, the old
Yeah.
school R&B Isley Brothers. I'd be looking on like, yeah, see, y'all don't know nothing about this.
Mm-mm.
But then they be looking at me like, bruh, this was worldwide. But then I be like, when that Michael come on, I said, look, man, I know you know this one. I
Yeah.
know you
Yeah.
got to like.
He's a different nigga, man. I'm sad that his ending ended like how I did, like because he should have like ended on top, like
Huh?
he should have like I'm mad that during his like his final few days, like he had to deal with all that
Yeah.
court stuff and that money stuff and this and that. Like it should have been like nothing but roses. Like it should have been like
I don't know if I want to see Michael Jackson grow old though.
yeah, no, I did.
Really?
Yes, what?
Like 70s,
I
80s.
yes, I want him to sit here and appreciate that. Like hint to me.
You know what? I take that back. I want to see what Michael Jackson would have thought about like Young Thug.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have loved that.
And the reason I say that is because when you talk to a lot of old heads about like hip hop and rap and whatnot, they like to just like talk about how today's artists aren't as good or as hip hop or whatever. And I always tell them that whoever you looked up to is amazed by today's rap
Yeah.
artists. Like literally amazed. Literally every single one of them.
Because if you like, oh my God, I listened to some NWA.
Hmm.
What I listened to? Was it After Police? Was it that? It was one. I think it was After Police. And I said, bro, this is awful. I said, yo, besides the chorus and Ice Cube, this is all like. I was listening to the rest of them rap. I said, I'm gonna turn this off. I don't know how y'all listen. I said, this song is 7 minutes. I said, why were y'all rapping that long? For what? And y'all not even good. Like, Sugar on the Game rap for like 12 minutes. I'm like, this the rest of the song is not all that. Like,
Right. Bro, have you tried listening to like Wu Tang albums?
I need to. I was like, let me go back and really listen to some of this stuff. I
Bro,
like the Cream and the
yeah,
the
bro.
hits, but
So only built for Cuban links, right?
hmm
Is like if you listen to them rap heads, that's Raekwon and Ghostface collab album, but it's
yeah,
not really a collab album. It's just Raekwon's album, right? On some J
J Electronica.
Electronica, yeah. So, bro, I promise you, I've given that album so many chances,
And it's just not doing nothing for you.
and I'm like, bro, what were they? What were they all saying? Like none of this is good to me.
I told them at work that Migos would run the '80s if we could put Migos in a time machine, they would run the '80s. I said, cause that whole, I said, I met a girl named Shirley. Her hair was really curly. I went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave her early. I said, that's a very simple rhyme scheme. I said, Takeoff could go crazy with that rhyme scheme.
Right.
Like, Offset, Quavo, and them, the '80s would not know what to do with them. They would look at this like witchcraft. Like,
That's
how
what
y'all rock?
that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like rappers have only gotten better, and
It's the same argument. Like it's the same argument with athletes.
yeah,
Fam, these dudes were not thinking like this. Like even someone like a Drake, there's like they would look at this man singing and rapping
what
like
is this?
and it's not to say that there weren't people that's doing that, but they weren't doing it like how he's doing it.
Right,
Like it's no like they
bro.
were getting Drake, a rapper, to just do the choruses. Like you understand that they weren't doing that for everybody else. Like
This is what I want people to realize. Mainly old heads. Future is probably better than your favorite rapper.
yes, yes. Future is top five best rapper alive. I'm so sad.
Dead or alive.
I wouldn't go that far, but definitely
You can name
right here.
five dead rappers better than Future.
I can name a mixture of five dead or alive rappers
All
in
right,
Future.
give me four.
Hove,
Uh huh.
Ye,
Okay.
Lil Wayne,
Uh huh.
Pac,
No,
and
I'm not sold on Pac.
I don't know why,
How many albums Pac had?
like 7 or 8.
And do you think they're matching Future?
Future got to keep going.
How many has Future dropped?
He dropped Honest. He dropped. Cause we're talking about albums, not mixtapes. So he only dropped Honest, DS2, Future, Hendrix. Are those mixtapes or albums?
Those are albums.
Okay,
Pluto.
Pluto. He wasn't an album.
Pluto was
Honest was his
definitely an
debut.
album. No, Pluto. Honest was
His
no
debut album.
No, Pluto was his album.
No, Honest was his debut album.
I'm telling you, Pluto was an album.
Yeah, I Google this.
No, was it Astronaut Status?
That's a mixtape. His
Future
debut album was
debut
Honest.
album. No, I'm telling bro. My homie mama bought Future's first album.
She bought a mixtape.
It says Future Dirty Sprite was technically his first album, 2011.
That can't be right either.
But I'm telling you, it was Pluto.
I think it's Honest.
It's Pluto. I'm letting you know.
Go to Honest Wikipedia and what it say.
It says Pluto was his first debut album. Um,
Cause I'm thinking those were mixtapes.
mm-mm. It was Pluto. That's
That's
never.
what never end.
Yeah, and same damn time.
Yeah. Damn, I thought that was. I thought okay. Okay, well Pluto, Honest. Pluto, Honest.
Bro,
DS2,
Evil,
Evil. Evil was okay though.
um, Future, Hendrix.
Future Hendrix.
You're not counting
High Off
collabs.
Life. No, not counting collabs. High Off Life
The Wizard.
and The Wizard, which was okay. And
And-
he has something coming right now.
So you don't think
He
Future?
doesn't. Well, DS2 would be his, I guess, his Machiavelli. I don't know. He doesn't have. He has. To me, Future has a classic with DS2.
He has better music than like as a collective. Just be you saying mixtapes as it doesn't count as a
I'm
body
saying
of
as far
work.
as I'm just saying.
What
far
you're
as
doing, you're
albums.
saying what you're saying is mixtapes as it doesn't count as a body of work.
I'm just saying.
That means DJ Drama only has one project, and that's what you're saying,
I mean,
and that's Call Me If You Get Lost. That's literally what you're saying.
the producers are different. DJs are different.
No, it's not because what you're getting at is so pretty much. I would like based off albums, I would take Future over Wayne, cause I only like Carter 2 and 3. I mean Carter 3 and 4. That's it. Like the other ones are just mid to me.
Okay, that's fair.
No, that's just crazy. That's what it is.
Because mixtapes, because I think like mixtapes. I mean, mixtapes were like big and popular, but Future and them, Future, Wiz, Wayne, who else? Kind of like even like Sean, they took mixtapes to a whole nother. They were putting album quality into these mixtapes, whereas Pac and them weren't necessarily doing that back then. So it would be unfair. It would be like
How?
it's comparing eras. They weren't doing that. They weren't putting that much like
Their album
mixtape.
quality is mixtape worth.
Their
That's
mix
how it sound, bro. I'm
their
telling you.
mixtapes back then were like, get my mixtape. I'm trying to get signed. Like Pac wasn't putting out free music for these folks no more. Like
Do you think Tupac could drop an album in back-to-back weeks and they both go number one?
yes, yes I do.
That's crazy.
It's like you, Ishmael. You don't as much as I think that no one it will be bigger than Michael Jackson. As a hip hop star, no one will be bigger than Tupac.
Are you serious?
There were so many Tupac clones after he left. There were so many niggas trying to fit that Tupac built. Like he was influencing hip hop like on a whole nother degree. Yeah, no,
Literally
it's
Kanye West.
Ye
He
might
he
Ye is
broke it
Ye
down and
okay Ye is
said he literally broke it down and said Drake's more hits, J. Cole's more backpack, Kendrick's more
I don't,
bars.
I don't know how he slipped my mind. Okay, there will never be no one bigger than Ye. That's right. But Ye is he's now like surpassed even me calling him a hip hop artist. Like but yeah, you're right. Other than Ye though, there's not gonna be
You don't think Drake is bigger than Tupac?
not like what's the word I'm looking for?
Influence?
Yeah,
Oh no. I mean
that's
Drake
what I'm saying. Like I
Drake
think
doesn't have this cultural impact over black culture.
like they Pac has been dead 25 years, and you still got niggas saying, "Oh, he's our Pac, he's our generation." Like he's still getting brought up to like today.
Yeah, and I hate when people do that
Like
to
there's like
like to anything, not even just pop.
his influence, bro. Like it's on a different level. Like
Who were they comparing Pac to?
anybody, they be like,
No,
"Oh,
I'm
you be
saying
like
like
his time
yeah,
period."
like who were they comparing Hitler to? Like you know how we say he's today's Hitler?
Oh, like who
Who
was
who was who was who was like Hitler is the modern day.
I don't know who Pac. First of all, Hitler. I don't know like about history. Hitler was already around other. Was like Mussolini and
Yeah,
Stalin and all them. So
yeah.
Hitler was already around. His peers, so he'd be compared to.
Shout out to Jewish people, bro.
Yes. Okay.
Bro, shout out.
I
Look,
don't know where we're
hey
going with
yo,
this. I'm gonna
look,
be quiet.
hey yo. Shout out to Jewish people, right?
I don't know. I was
Because
talking about Tupac.
Hitler numbers wasn't even number one during his time, but he
Like
made it seem like he was running this shit.
that
That's
is.
the Jews made it seem like whatever happened to them was the worst, right? And during his time, he wasn't even number one. You know how crazy that is? You know, I was talking to this Japanese lady the other day, right?
I don't know where you're gonna go with this one either.
And we was just talking about places, and I go, have you heard of Taiwan? She said, no. I said, oh my God, China's really doing a great at like destroying the entire country.
I don't know why you don't want this video to be viewed because I don't see you. You're
Like that is crazy. Like bro, she said she had never heard of Taiwan.
I don't know which now
That
we're.
that mean the rest of Asia don't know what Taiwan is,
I mean, they have tried their best to get to not even recognize them. So
right? You know how crazy that is.
I don't know what path we're going. I was talking about Tupac and Kanye West. You're not gonna get me.
What do you mean get you?
It's people I don't mess with. That's
Who? What? The Chinese?
first Jewish people. Yes,
Uh-huh.
and then the Chinese and the Beehive and the Barbs are just groups I don't. And the LGBTQ community. I just
You don't mess with
you're
them.
not gonna get
So
me.
you're against them?
No,
Is that what
see,
you're
this is
saying?
what we're not gonna do. This is what we're not gonna do. I will not. You will not have any recording of me saying anything bad about these people. They're all wonderful individuals, and I
Really?
wish nothing but the best for them.
That's crazy how Barb's, Beehive.
Yes, I told them I'm quite sure if I ever say anything bad about the bars, I pretty much just signed myself off my job.
This man said the Barb's, the Beehive, the gays,
I didn't say that specifically.
and then Jewish people. Like Jewish people is like,
They will get you up out of here when you say something negative towards them, man.
you know what's crazy? What if you're a Chinese Jew that's a trans that loves Nicki Minaj and
You
Beyonce?
got everybody backing you. You got nothing but support.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You know they exist.
you're not getting me ish.
What do you mean getting you? You're making it seem like this is a trap.
It is not getting me. Not getting me the
What
whole
you got?
bait and switch.
But you know, council culture don't exist. You know, I heard Charlamagne say, you know, they say council culture only started because Trump became president, and they couldn't cancel the president,
Mm,
so they had to go like people who look like the president,
mm.
kind of sort of, just old white men.
Okay, so that's where the Me Too movement and all that started.
Yeah, you think that's fair?
I mean, that's a interesting theory. I don't know. I I'm torn on Trump because everything he did was like just idiotic, but at the same time, it's like he was like the most gangster president. Like he to me he he was like in the embodiment of like if you explained this role to someone, how they would act. So you're pretty much the leader of the free world.
Hmm.
I mean, some people would argue that whatever you do is technically legal because I mean you're the president. Like that's what Richard Nixon's like whole thing was with like Watergate and stuff like that. Was
Hmm.
like I'm the president, and so if I did it, he's like nothing I could do is illegal. If I'm the president and I do something, it means it was legal for me, or I was like in the legal terms to do what I did. And I mean, I'm like, yeah, I mean, like think about it. You don't a president sign off on someone getting murdered all the way across the country. You don't then arrest the president for conspiracy to commit murder because he's a president. He
Right.
signed off on thousands of murders. He signed off on all this stuff. So it's like, so if you just explain the job to a random person, Trump is the embodiment of what I think that person would have did with said power. Like, forget the whole prestige and all that. You're the leader of the free world. I mean, pretty much everything you do could be considered legal. I mean, you are over the FBI, but I mean, they also like can like investigate you. But I mean,
I think
you hire the director, so
the craziest part of the presidency, like you could be the biggest serial killer in the world, and the president can just say, "Well, let him go."
that's what I'm saying. Like, they have things called the executive orders. Like, he could just say, "No, this is the thing," and it's like
Bro, Trump was using power like we thought everybody should have been.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just explained it to the like, if you just gave this power to the regular person, you just told them, "Here's everything you can do."
Hmm.
This is what I think they would have
Like
done.
executive orders, like when I found out those existed, I was like,
That's why a lot of people say he can't do that because I said, dude,
he
could
can do
decide
anything.
he could do whatever. He's the president. He is the leader of the free
He
world.
can type it up right now, and then when I found out like not only can the president do anything, a federal you don't even have to be on the Supreme Court. A federal judge can do whatever they
You
want.
saw the federal judge just lifted the mask
Yeah,
mandate.
he's like, I'm tired of this. No, y'all. He said the CDC is abusing their power by making people wear masks on aircraft, and I said, how is that an abuse of power?
I said the same thing. I said, wait a minute.
What would they be getting out of this?
I said, what power do they have if not to do a mask mandate? Like that seems in the realm of their power.
They can't do anything else. We never got a national mask mandate.
Just like Tristan, what do you think? I mean, well, I guess like like if put restrictions on like that would be like, yeah, okay, that's.
They honestly they don't even have a job anymore. Like what is the CDC to do?
I mean, it's like research and they're supposed to like research different diseases and draw up like drafts and plans.
Bro, they
And
can't
stuff
they
like that.
can't they can't even tell people it's a mask mandate.
That's what I'm saying. Like with that being said, I'm like now what can they really
Like
if
what
you're
if a federal judge said, you know what, the FDA can't stop this type of food from being made? Like what?
That's what I was like. Sometimes
You know what? Steroids in the chicken that has nothing to do with that. They can't stop. Like that's crazy.
yeah, these I don't know. Makes me want to be like in a federal position. Makes me want to be like mayor.
I want to be mayor of a small town.
Okay.
Because you've never met anybody that said they used to be the mayor
Of a small
of
town.
any town.
All right.
You just don't meet those people. Like I feel like
Keisha.
you met her before.
Oh, well, no, I never met her, but I know that she used to. Are you saying I would never meet them in person?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
their status is still so high up, no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
who you are.
This is true.
Like even if it's of Jonesboro, we don't know the mayor of Jonesboro.
I
But
need to be. I'm gonna run.
why?
I'm gonna assume that just off of like niggas that I get some votes with nothing but just signs, like not even a billboard, nothing, just signs. I'm quite sure I'll get votes like over whoever the incumbent is. Like I'm quite sure. Like it was like I never heard of this person, but all right, he's got my vote.
Nah, but if you ain't got that Democrat next to your name, they're not going.
Yeah, that's all I need. That because I always felt like, and I do the same thing. Like I'm like, this nigga been here, shit ain't going good. New nigga, figure this out. Like
Really?
I treat them like niggas treat coaches. Shit ain't been good, bro.
You
Need a
don't
new
just
one.
vote blue?
Need a new one. I mean, in that term, but I mean, like if it's like they're both Democrat and it's like
Oh, you
nigga
don't
that's
know
been
which
in
one?
charge,
Yeah. Eh,
new nigga.
eh.
Shit ain't going how I needed to go. New nigga.
I don't vote just blue. I vote like if I like to see people's ads because our governor is the realest.
That nigga's wow. His ass made me. I thought they were spoofs. I said, this nigga say he gonna round him up himself.
Yeah, like I was like, bro, why aren't more people like this? Like people was like Trump. I was like, no, what's his name? Purdue?
No, that's Kemp.
Oh yeah, Brian. Yeah, I'm like,
Uh,
bro, what Kemp was doing,
Jesus,
goaded. Like, bro, no one else is running that platform. Like, and it's like,
nigga said, I go get him myself.
and this would piss me off. Like, shout out Stacey Abrams for getting people to vote, but I don't think she would have changed nothing for real. For real. Reason being is because when Kemp signed the new law that like you don't need a license to carry guns or nothing like that, she tweeted she was like, Kemp notices wrong, um, because Republicans and Democrats are against it. I said, well, how did he sign a bill on his desk if everybody's against it? Like, what are you
Nigga just
talking
be
about?
doing what he want, man. No, this nigga.
But the bill got to his desk. If the bill got to his desk, I mean it passed.
Oh, he said so. Okay,
Yeah, like
it got. Someone said they liked it.
yeah, like I'm like, bro, how did this even? How do we get into these points where?
Uh, Listen, Kemp has me question. This is what I knew Kemp had to go is when Trump was like, "Oh, that guy? No, I don't know." It's like he said he had like a meeting with Trump,
Yeah.
and then the day after the meeting, he announced something, and Trump was like, "I don't know why he did that," and I'm like, "Damn, bro, did the president?"
Oh no, what happened was they was trying like Trump was trying to interfere so he could win the second election.
No, but that was before that. It was
Oh,
before that. It like they had a meeting about something, and it came out, and Kemp was like, "We're gonna do this," and like I guess he thought that Trump was gonna have his back and doing it.
uh,
And Trump's like, "I don't know why he said that. That's wild." I don't like that. Oh damn, dude! Now you go really fast because now this nigga got like your decisions were already
right.
questionable, but now the nigga who's like the ultimate questionable decision maker is questioning your decisions. Like you have messed all the way up.
This is how I know like Kim. I respect him because he respects the Constitution in
Mind this
America.
nigga's a farmer. This nigga is a farmer
Right,
trying to tell these niggas how to do stuff.
bro. He when Trump told him that like, oh, you got to do this, he's like, no, that's against the Constitution. Like, bro, he's American to the T. You know
Nigga,
what I'm saying? Now, granted, America may be racist to the T,
yes, and
but
stupid to the T.
right, but what he is American to the T.
Like when I found out this nigga has a degree in farming, I said so. We felt like the farmer was more fit to run than what Stacey's like. A lawyer or something like that.
This is Georgia, so
Or
yeah,
she's, or she,
I don't think that's too far fetched.
it's just wild to me.
You know what? I'm tired of lawyers in politics.
Who you going now? Someone said there should be an age cutoff, and I agree with that.
Yeah, age cutoff, and I don't think like you know when people are running for politics, they say, oh, I got this degree in law, or I practiced this many years in law, or I was a judge. Like that don't qualify you to be in. I think if
I mean, but it's understanding like policies and like, of course, like I mean, to be a lawyer, you have to read and
I feel
like
like we need
have
more
comprehension.
idiots in Congress. Like you ever seen that Boondocks episode?
I don't know about this one.
You ever seen that? Because like what we got now is just people not doing nothing. So if we had broke people in Congress,
Okay,
like
things would get done,
yeah, they'd be
but at
like
what demise they would get done?
like you ever seen that episode of Boondocks when they was in jail and they had Huey in there when they was holding him for ransom?
Yes.
It was like, yeah, you can make a note. It's like, what do you need? A petition for bitches. And
And then
then
they start getting like more detailed.
then they said, all right, a petition for white bitches. Because regular bitches and white bitches is two different types of bitches. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I feel like if we had a bunch of like less educated people in Congress, we could make more change.
No, I think we just need. I wouldn't say less educated. That's not
Less older.
that. No, I think we just need less. I think there all these people come from like a privileged background. There's educated people who didn't come from privileged backgrounds. I think we need more people who came
They're not doing nothing.
from this real world. Like, cause a lot of these guys come from privilege and they get paid already. Like, they come from these. My dad was this, my dad was that, or my granddad was this, my cousin that, and then so they come from these places of privilege, and then they get this position of privilege, and it's like they ain't going to do nothing to change because what they ain't seen nothing that needs to be changed. Like, they didn't have people that came from different areas of life, not who, but still who are educated,
I don't know about that.
still who have some
Like,
type of intelligence. They didn't have them in these situations.
do you
Also,
think
I think they should pay less. I think that would stop a lot of it.
you know what baffles me? They vote on their raises.
Yes, exactly. So you have these people come from privileged lives, and their vote. The only thing, oh, nothing got passed, but the sentence raised, and now they're going to be on break, huh? So they passed their vacation and their raise. They should make like whatever minimum wage is. They should make it, and then see how quick stuff like that changes.
Oh, it'll be way more corruption. It'll be way more corruption.
They should make it $7.25 an hour. What's the
Oh.
salary for that? What's 20,000 a month? 20,000 a year.
The Senate and the House of Representatives get 174,000 a year.
Ridiculous. Cut it in half. Give 50,000.
That's not half.
If you just or whatever, what is that? 100.
74.
Oh, I thought you said 117.
No, 74. They damn near making 200,000 a year.
200,000 a year to do nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just make them make 30,000 a year, and or just make them whatever the minimum wage is. I bet your minimum wage go up.
You know, originally it wasn't supposed to be a full-time job. How they are
I
trying
like
to,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So like the idea of, it would like the idea of government from like the
Right, because
founder.
Thomas Jefferson was a whole slave owner in the other half of him doing that.
Yeah, so yeah, like the founding fathers, their idea was, look, if we pay people so poorly, when they do this job, they'll come together to actually do some stuff because they don't want to be here because it's not benefiting them to be here, you know. And $174,000 is crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, I feel so bad. I mean, I don't feel too bad for them because they were slave owners and I mean probably racist, but I feel so bad for these forefathers because they have laid out a blueprint that's like no other.
What do you mean?
Like in the sense that like okay, forget all the racism stuff like that. Just the idea like they mapped out the United States
Mm-hmm.
and they set laws in place. They set policies, the Constitution, Declaration, all that. All that stuff is like built to stand the test of time. Like we go back and say that's not constitutional. These are laws that were made before they knew dinosaurs existed. You understand? Like this is wild to me that they had something to stay in place, and they also understood that there's the unknown, and then built like policies for that. Like there's stuff that me and you won't see in our lifetime that the country is gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's build something for that. Like now you can add amendments. You can like they're always like to sit there and have the forethought to think that far ahead to me is like amazing. The only thing I could think like in a smaller scale is like them niggas that do like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Game of Thrones.
You know
sit
what's
there
you
and,
know
like,
what's crazy? I think our current government is so stupid. If they made amendments to the Constitution now, it'd be about something so pointless.
probably. I mean, I'm sure there's been a recent amendment.
No, we haven't had one in like 50, 60 years.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
The-
The right for women to vote?
Nah, that's a crazy amendment. Last amendment to the Constitution. 27th Amendment. It prohibits any law that increases or decreases the salary of members of Congress from,
What kind of nonsense?
hold on, from taking effect until after the
Okay.
next election of the
Mhm.
House of Representatives have occurred.
So it's still about their raise though, but I see why they might have done that. So if you approve it, you're only approving it for the next nigga. You're just hoping that you.
Right,
Okay.
but a lot of them just stay until
Okay, and what was before that?
Um, it prohibits the states and federal government from using age as a reason for denying the right to vote to citizens who are at least 18 years old.
Jesus, okay.
It's not even a like.
I'm mad they had to say that.
Well, unless you're 18, like if you like 18, anything under that you just can't vote.
All right, I'm
But
mad they had to. Because that means that someone was denying a 30-year-old or a 25-year-old. Like,
you're not old enough or something.
yeah, that's what that's there for. Cause saying that they're making that amendment, like, cause that means someone did that. So yeah, that's I. So I'm like in awe of like people who could think that far ahead, like in life, like Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, all of them.
David Stern.
Yeah, I mean, even something like that is like amazing to me.
Yeah, cause like what he turned the NBA to.
Like certain people, I have nothing but respect for. I mean, I know that they might have like a questionable past and stuff like that,
Hmm.
but some people's like wisdom and like even like these niggas like I don't know if you ever watched like the Men That Built America
Mm-mm.
on the History Channel, but it's like these seven dudes and like they have so much of like a influence on like Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, J.P. Morgan, like all these
Oh, the
guys.
Illuminati.
I mean,
Okay.
well, and it's like it's all these guys, but it's like these seven dudes, and like at some point they were just all like taking,
Regular guys.
they were that, and they were all like in competition with one another, like to be the most richest and most successful, like,
Bill
but
Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff
stuff like that,
Bezos.
yeah. But these guys were the ones that like built like the infrastructure now, like like these new guys are new guys, but like these niggas like they're like old money, like even though Bezos is like the richest nigga and Elon's like the richest nigga, like Rockefeller and all them, they had like that old money, like what Elon will have like in 50 years or 60 years, like that. Like Rockefeller's family now is rich, and his family will probably forever be rich. So like just like their like IQ and like one was it J.P. Morgan. One of these niggas was helping the federal government like get out of debt. Like he helped them like
You,
these niggas'
you,
minds
you,
are
you
sometimes like
know Rockefeller is the reason we don't have monopolies.
yeah, it covers that in the documentary because what he
Yeah,
was trying to do, like
yeah. He
this
was
nigga
like,
had like bought like, and this what they were doing. So like, say you own like trains, right?
right.
And I own like oil, and like you don't like me, so like your ass is gonna like hike up the prices for me to get my oil to here to there. And they was like, bruh, I'm like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build a tunnel, and I'm gonna have my oil go through that. And like that's how that happened. Like they was just like, "F you, nigga, I'm gonna do this way." And it's like, "Oh, you gonna do it that way? Well, I'm gonna buy this." And
Right. It
then
was just
like,
buying up everything, bro.
yeah, it's like this nigga Rockefeller was like, he was like the richest nigga, so he was buying them niggas at some point. When they started suffering, he just started buying them niggas. Yeah, so yeah, he was like I said, their minds were something crazy. I gotta give them nothing but respect because
But it's crazy that like t- at the time those were new concepts, but these are things like today an 8-year old could understand.
that's true. But I don't know, like he could understand it, but he couldn't like possibly pull that off.
I mean, he could have pulled it off without like no one could like we all understand it, but
like I'm sure like back then someone was like, I had all control of this, like niggas be unstoppable. But this nigga Rockefeller was like smart, to like, let me show y'all niggas how I'm actually gonna do this. Like,
yeah, like I think anybody with any type of sense always knew that cutting out the middleman would
yeah.
always work, and
But it's about figuring out how to cut him out is the question.
go directly to the source. It's just usually if you buy up all the suppliers, then you're not paying for supplies from suppliers. You're just paying
But you
employees
gotta then
at
do what you do at a well enough rate to then come buy out the suppliers.
right.
And everyone ain't figured out that what you figured out that we can go buy them out, so they're still gonna be
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
profitable. But like if you guys haven't watched, that's really cool. They even talk about like how they even like found about gasoline because they were making oil
Mm.
and like they were getting like this fluid that's really volatile and they didn't know what to do with it. And they figured like they got with like Ford and Ford figured out like no, we can use this fuel, we can use this, and they like what they were trying to get rid of is what he so he was buying it like for like the low because they were trying to get rid of this and ended up being gasoline that helped them like fuel the cars and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's crazy if you watch that. It's like These 7 dudes had their hand in so much stuff. It's absolutely wild.
Nah, like one of my favorite things to do is like go watch how to.
Okay.
Like, do you ever just get bored? Like, how do they make this, bro? I was just sitting there one day. I was like, bro, how do they make paper? If you've never watched a
It's out
video,
of sand, right? No,
no,
that's
that's
glass.
glass.
Yeah, okay.
I've watched the video on that too. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was like, bro,
I'm stupid. Trees. I don't know why I said that.
I was like, wow, they produce this much paper, and like, you know how people say this is a piece of cut paper. All paper is cut paper because all paper it comes in like thick ass rolls.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I see them kind of
giant.
like spin it off, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And like they're cutting and packaging it
Fun
with
fact.
more paper.
Fun fact, because we're talking about the Constitution, stuff like that. Money is not made out of paper. It's made out of like a cotton type of material.
Mhm.
That's why when you wash it and dry it, it
Yeah.
still is intact, whereas paper wouldn't. It's this other type of material that they use. Also, the Constitution is not written on paper because they the Constitution, not the Constitution, the Declaration is not written on. I'm probably the Constitution, but the Declaration of Independence is not written on regular paper
Mhm.
because they understood that paper eventually it would fade or something like that. It's written on a certain type of material that will like not fade over time like how paper would.
I mean, now it's in like this
Now it's preserved, but the paper that they use is meant to be long lasting. So once again, these niggas thought like, wait, I don't know. The fact that this was their part time job to sit there and think is that's why I said if I was like back in like 700 BC with the Romans, and you had 2 jobs, either go to war or be a philosopher, I would have chose philosopher. Let's see, fight these niggas, sit in the room and think. Like I'm gonna think about some shit.
you
Like
you think that's all their job was? You know what's crazy? Like we're portrayed like they portray to us that that's like the options. It's like that's like you can look at like 50 years ago. Like is either sit in a room and think, or like you could be a musician or like or artist or something like that,
but no,
or go to
Romans.
Vietnam. That's how you can look at it. And
I
it's
mean
like
no, but Romans were just like on that war shit for real. So
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
really was like
So are Americans. What are you getting at? Like we still like Roman was an empire for a like they had a life, like they had like
no,
things
but
that they
it's
did.
look it up. Them niggas was born to fight. Like it
I
really
get what you're
was.
saying. They
It
had
really was rapper go to the league for these niggas. It was like you better say some very profound shit, or you better pick up this sword and go behind Caesar.
it don't even have to really be profound. It don't even have to be nothing crazy.
Like them niggas was like real deal. Also, shout out to Caesar
Why you say that?
because he died like before his time.
I don't know about that.
Caesar's really like who these rappers think they are. Like all these things, some of they ops and they niggas backstabbing them. Like this nigga Caesar really lived that. Like he was killing his ops to the point where his niggas had to be the ones that killed him.
On some Franklin Saint shit.
I ain't well chill because I don't. That's like some spoilers.
No, I ain't spoiling nothing. But
But yeah, like what 21 Savage say? If I ever get killed, check my niggas because all my ops is pussy. Like, like that was what Caesar was going through. Like this nigga was conquering everybody. It was his ops that had an issue with. I mean, it was his friends who had an issue with it.
cause you gotta look at it like this. At some point, it's like, okay, when am I next? That's like you gotta look at like people. If you dealing with somebody who's willing to kill anyone, you have to question: are you like pretty much Pablo Escobar?
But you gotta understand too that like with those type of people that they're killing to like protect theirs.
Protect
So
themselves.
just be there.
So no. If you don't like once you in a position of power like that, at a certain point, you really feel like you can't trust anybody because you have so much to lose, and everyone around you are you. You get what I'm saying? Everyone wants your throne,
Right.
so you really can't trust anyone.
That's why you shouldn't trust. But I'm saying your right hand should trust you. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're the king, your right hand. I understand why the king shouldn't trust his right hand.
Right
I'm saying
now,
the right hand should trust the king.
no. See, if you trust the king, at some point, somebody else will go to the king saying, "Hey, your right hand is trying to do you dirty, right? They're trying to take your spot. They've been so close to you that they can plot and take you off. So at that point, the king has to like, fuck. Now I have to kill my right hand. So the right hand should never feel too comfortable
Mm.
because now it's like, oh, I got too comfortable. Now you trying to explain yourself about something you don't even know about, and you get knocked off. So you get what I'm saying. So once you in a position like that, the only thing you could do,
It's knock him off before he knocks you off.
yeah.
Oh my god. Nah, bro. You just gotta stay loyal, man. You just gotta let him know like it ain't none of that over here.
Now it's gonna be really weird, cause now you keep trying to reassure me that I'm not gonna knock you, bro. I'm not gonna kill you, bro. I promise you. Like what?
I mean, but at the same time, like, what you would be like? Like, if I kill you, so either okay, I'm A the king,
Hmm.
or these niggas gonna come after me because I just killed the king.
It never works like that.
What doesn't work like that?
Cause like, okay, if you kill the king, then what? Like this is what I
When
never
see
understood.
when niggas kill the king, they usually have niggas with them that's like we finna overthrow this shit, and I'm just gonna be the nigga. But if I just go kill the king, and these niggas weren't backing me killing this nigga, they just finna get me up out of there and then go elect who they want to be king.
This is that was weird about that. Like, especially dictatorships. Like North Korea.
Okay.
Everybody's in this somewhat agreement that this nigga tripping, but we gonna listen to what they saying.
But this nigga's crazy. It's
Yeah, that's
bro,
like
this
this.
nigga faked his death to see who his real friends were.
I get what you saying.
This
Like
nigga's wild.
everybody be like, all right, let's at some point, all of them could be like, bro, we don't have to deal with this no. It's nothing.
But see, shit like that, you have to act fast. Like if you, and like,
But you know what I'm saying? Everybody is in agreement that this nigga crazy. But if one person,
say if one
if
person that say it out loud, that's it.
now everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? And now, even though they agree, they're gonna be like, they're too scared of this
Yeah.
one individual. Even though the Warriors taught us their strength in numbers.
Cause that one nigga, it's that one nigga that could change everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Like,
just and
I
this
see what you're saying, but yeah, it'd be that one like, oh, nah, bro, I ain't with y'all. Y'all niggas do that, cause when he find out, y'all niggas is dead. And
Right.
like, he's one of them niggas that I'm not playing with. This nigga's wild. Nigga told him they can't have fun.
right. I get that.
He told these niggas they can't.
He
Have
told
fun.
them they couldn't dress like him.
They told he could wear his hairstyle. Like, bro,
Right.
this nigga is on one, bro.
I feel
He
it.
faked his death. to
They
see.
they was copying his swag, bro. Get your own cut.
Like, bro, what? He got these niggas believing like all types of crazy facts about him. This nigga going, he's always bowled a perfect game, and this nigga was like a master archer at 5. Like, just crazy shit. Like,
We don't know if this is false.
like
If this was Bo Jackson, you believe it.
I've seen what Bo could do too. I've seen no evidence that he has any physical talent. If he just shows me something like,
He
okay,
probably retired. He had to step up to the plate and be.
bro, even retired, he could show me glimpses. Reggie Miller could still shoot.
Speaking of Reggie Miller, and like NBA announcers,
Mm-hmm.
they got rid of Chris Webber,
Good,
and
good.
I was just watching the game when I heard Reggie Miller, and I was like, I haven't heard Chris Webber in a long time.
I have nothing against Chris Webber, except when he commentates, because he just be talking. And I was like, I remember one day I was sitting there watching. I was like, bro, what is this nigga talking? This has nothing to do with the game.
Bro, I was so happy when like I tweeted. I was like, Chris Webber announcing, and I saw it was like, that's when I put that tweet in there. It was like, oh my god, I miss Chris Webber. No one ever. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, okay, I'm glad everyone knows that he just.
Yeah, like him on open court, him like in the studio, but him commentating. I'm like, bro, you have not spoke about this game. Like, bro, you talking about Detroit. You talking about this. You talking. I'm like, fam, I don't know what you're like. I remember one time saying like, bro, what is this nigga talking about? Like, I heard him
Bro.
ramble for like 5 minutes.
Tons of times, and I'm glad like we got clips of like Twitter doesn't delete anything,
Nah,
and so like I feel like they call him in the office and
just
just
ran back to tape.
probably had a thread. They probably found a thread on Twitter somewhere. I'm like, Chris, explain yourself.
Look, now if only we could do this with Bill Walton. See, you don't understand because you don't watch college basketball like that. Especially not, I'm sure not the West Coast games that come on like at 10 o'clock.
Hmm.
Bill Walton is just as much of a minute, if not more. Bill Walton will go like a whole 10 minutes talking about how he was meditating with monks in like Taiwan before he speaks anything about the game. Like one time, I kid you, I gotta find the clip. He was like, I'm like, that's when I thought about killing myself. And I'm like, bro, what are you, bro? What, bro? We are trying to watch Arizona State play Oregon, bro. What are you on right now? Like, bro, I swear, if y'all just stayed up late enough to watch like the Pac-10 play, like I was like, this one like Lonzo was
Hmm.
in UCLA and he was playing like Dylan Brooks in Oregon, and they, both of them were going crazy. I'm like, bro, I can't wait to watch this. And I said, oh shit, Bill Walton's commentating the game, and I was like, oh my god, it's the worst. Like he won't talk about the game. Like I promise, he will tell you every. He's one of the most interesting people,
Hmm.
but he will not speak about that game. He will talk about every other thing. It
How
is.
old is he?
What's Bill like? It has to be like in his 60s or 70s, right? He was a little bit older than Kareem because
So he played in the 70s or the 60s?
like the 70s.
Oh, man, a little post segregation ball.
Oh, funny. If you watch Open Court,
Uh-uh.
you know, watch Open Court is like one of the best shows. I wish they would do new episodes, but it's like a whole bunch of like
Yeah, I know
old
what it
players
is.
talk.
I've seen a few episodes,
They
but
were talking about like the top 25 list. This is
uh-huh.
before the 75 came out, and it was like, okay, well, who would y'all add,
Mm.
right? And so like, Sewell was like, I mean, I'm gonna add myself, and they was like, well, who you taking out? And he was like, I mean, I ain't never seen the dude play, but Bill Walton. And they was like, I mean, but Bill's good, man. Bill was good. And and Shaq was like, see Webb, that man got 5,000 career points. Don't let them tell you that. That man got and I don't even know, it might be less than that. He's like, see Webb, he got 5,000 career points. Don't let them talk to you crazy like that. You were better than Bill Walton. Like, and they were like, I don't know, man. Bill out of UCLA it's like, bro, see Webb, he got 5,000 career
Bro,
points.
I'm telling you, like,
Like,
when I saw the term, because it was arguing Bob Cousy, Chris Paul. When I saw the term segregation ball, I had to stop and think.
that Jim
Yo,
Crow ball, yeah.
I said, you was playing basketball when Martin Luther King was marching? You was there was Selma marches going on in your time of hooping, and you want me to tell me
That's what
these guys were the best?
That's what people say about Babe Ruth. It was like, imagine Babe Ruth was like getting pitched against with black pitchers like Satchel Paige
Facts.
and stuff like that. Like he's knocking us out against y'all. Imagine they allowed black pitchers in.
Right. Like, well, baseball more so Puerto Ricans, but
I mean,
like imagine you can't you I'm
possibly
not
not
so
going down that road.
I'm not sold on anybody before when
When like a league got entered, was it
what was the Ruby Bridges
the movie?
what was Board versus Brown versus Board?
Yeah, Brown versus the Board of Education.
Yeah. What year was that? 1954, right?
Right.
First Ruby Bridges
Integration is what I was thinking about.
integration.
Got to keep them separated. I call that apartheid.
Integration year. Ruby Bridges in 1960, right? 1960. So she was just the first, right?
Right. Yeah.
That year, and it was like it took like I think it didn't get like shoot. It was like 2 years ago. Alabama desegregated their last school.
Like I'm at like what is it like Glory Road. I don't really like that movie like now because
Hmm.
I'm a Kentucky fan. That's where they beat Kentucky.
Right.
But like yeah, like that was like monumental. They had 5 black starters out there. Like,
Right. You know how crazy that would be.
what's so funny is like they're like a small school and like
Hmm.
they won just by starting some blacks. Like like beat Kentucky, who was like a powerhouse then.
You know what's crazy? Back in I think it was the 80s or the 90s. Like UNLV.
Oh, the Rebels with Larry Johnson and them.
Yeah, they like their coach was like, you know what? Just give me some dudes off the street, and it was a problem in college. Just some dudes off the street. I'm like, bro, like 60s and 70s ball, like it diminished a lot to me.
Fun fact, fun Tristan fact. One of my favorite quotes is by Rick Pitino, the college coach, because he was blowing out a team. and they were accusing him of running up the score.
Mhm.
He's like, run up the score. I put in 4 white guys in the Egyptian. What else did y'all want me to do? And I find that to this day the funniest thing. It's like, what? Run up the score? I put in 4 white guys in the Egyptian. Who do y'all want me to put in? I was like, that's hilarious. By the way, that Egyptian is now on the Miami Heat. I forgot his name. But when I saw him, I said, that's that one Egyptian that Rick Pitino put in when they were blowing out a team. I was like, shout out, buddy.
Nah, I mean, I think segregation is just wild when it comes to sports. Like, in the top 25 list,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
See, I think I told someone this. I feel like they should just redo the list. Like I'm sorry to some people that y'all might get removed, but I think it's not fair to today's players. Like say like a player who didn't make the cut, like Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard and Klay Thompson
Right.
and Manu Ginobili and all these guys. Okay, what's gonna happen the next 25? Because now they got to compete with Luka, Ja, LaMelo, who would have already completed their 25-year career, and then the other current players 25 years from now,
Right.
we talking about niggas we ain't even seen yet.
Right.
I said, now how's that fair to Clay and them? Like they gotta go against these niggas now, and these niggas might not. Kyrie might not make the next 25 if we putting in perspective that like Clay could get another ring, Dwight can go get another ring.
I'm taking Trey over Kyrie right now.
Trey could go. Luka. These niggas have to do their whole career before you even get another chance at even being up for this. That's not fair to these niggas. Please take John Havlicek and Bob Cousy and all these niggas off that list. And
Bro, we was arguing and somebody was like
Dave DeBuccier.
Elliot was like he said something about Bob Cousy and somebody was like, bro, you can't say that about Bob Cousy, you know what I'm saying? He was better than like, you know. Elliot was like, bro, he never shot over 40%.
That's wild.
You know how bad that is? Bro, if you like it was one day I just decided to go look up stats from like the fifth, bro, them niggas suck. Like not regular trash. I'm talking about the
They were
people.
putting up a lot. Like the pace was different, right? Because they were putting up like a lot of shots,
Oh,
right?
they were YMCA second string bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's not fair. Like we have to now
Like
compare Kyrie to that, and so Kyrie don't get over there, but they get in there, and it's like, bro, take these niggas off the list. Redo this list.
like they were bad. Like also, we gotta we gotta start discounting rings. Like you got segregation championships.
So like half of Bill Russell's is gone.
Yeah.
But he's like at least the nigga in that, right? Like, does that not mean nothing?
Nope.
He was the best player.
Nope. Segregation championships. You gotta think. They weren't even. He wasn't even the best player. The ABA was going on at the time. So
He
all the
was the best
best,
player in the league.
all the ABA niggas was the best. So imagine like you got the black league and you got the white league with a few black people in it. Yeah, a few black people gonna dominate the black league.
I wish Dr. J would have gotten into the NBA a little bit sooner. I would love to see him like when he does his first dunk contest, like this nigga was already like,
Oh, speaking of dunk, like bro, oh my god, like I hate watching the dunk contest. And they be like, back in our day, they did it
uh,
first try. And I'm like, yeah, he threw it off the glass and caught it and dunked it. I could have did.
also, I'm torn right now because the women are competing in the dunk contest and the men's dunk contest,
hmm
and they're giving them 50s for like rim grazers.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, okay, like I'm all for it until we get into like the second round,
hmm
and then she has to do something different. But you guys have to start giving her like whatever like the lowest that you can give her that's not a 0 because y'all are like judging these niggas off of like legit. He has to go up there and do like a windmill 360, and then she's just gonna run up here and
You know what makes it more annoying is that she could be 6'1", he could be 5'8". So him jumping up there is more of a challenge based
like
off height.
she's like, oh, I'm like, okay, well, okay, like okay, the after the first round, let's for real judge her because it's not fair to these other kids that like he has to come over here and put his arm in the rim, and you're like, but we seen that before, 49, and then she come up there off of 1 foot, oh 50. I'm like, okay, well let's reel this in a little bit now. I don't.
Hey, all I know is once the WNBA get them one
I'm,
tranny a
I'm not
team.
going down this road.
One tranny a team, man.
Oh my god, because that whole I think since then that swimmer,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dang, like this is
Became one of the top 5 swimmers ever,
yeah, like
like in women's
she's like
sports.
dominated now. Like,
Right. All right. Now, like imagine that to the NBA.
well,
I mean
see,
the WNBA.
what's so weird for me is because the WNBA is so pro that, so I would love to see how they handle that because like like these girls that are swimming are visibly and vocally like
Against
against it.
right. Yeah.
But the WNBA is very pro LGBT community, stuff like that. So I would love to see how they deal with like a nigga that's like 6'9"
I
deciding
hope
that
it. I hope. I really, really hope it's a D3 basketball player
he's like,
that like you know what I'm saying. Like he's pretty good. He's still playing college ball, but he's D3. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you know what? I'm 6'6".
so what do you think? Do you think like they're like making that decision? Are you thinking they're making that decision solely to be like to dominate that sport?
I'm not here to judge anybody's decisions or their
Oh,
lifestyle.
this is where you draw a line. But shout out to the Jews for surviving.
Yeah, I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying like, hey, y'all weren't number one.
I was wondering, like, you think he went and made that switch because he really felt like that's what he wanted to do, or did he say like, this shit not working, bro? I'm finna be on my ass, bro. I might.
I think it's a mixture of both, right? Because like NBA players said, yo, Jason Collins wasn't the first gay player in the league.
Right.
He was just the first open gay
Yeah.
player, and last. But it's the same thing. It's like, all right, he's probably not the first guy who feels like he's a woman, but he's just the first open one who feels like he's a woman. You know?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so like
So I mean I can't feel like I feel bad for the women, but I mean that's
they're all women at this point.
right. That's like that's what if that's how he identifies. Then I mean, who am I to tell him he can't follow his dream, which is to swim? I mean,
Right.
it just happens.
This
I
is
don't know.
going. Oh my
They just need
God.
to make their own league, I guess, or something.
No, no, no. We need a tranny dunking on these hoes. All right.
That would be.
That would be great. That would be like you know how I would tune into that. Bro, games would sell out
It would definitely be like
because you would want to see it.
yeah
You
yeah
would like I would go to some WNBA games.
just to see
Well, more WNBA games, but I would definitely put like I would take off for that. Like that's take off of work watchable. You know what I'm saying?
she in town bet.
Facts. Like yo, she definitely dropping 50 tonight.
Yeah, she might go for something crazy. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? They wouldn't even have to put her on a minute restriction. You want me to tell you why? Because they already play less minutes than the men do.
Yep, that's wild. Also, before we go off topic, so now that I have this space where I can like really document it, last year my favorite quote, and so I'm trying to figure out what my favorite quote is going to be this year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year my favorite quote was by the Suns owner. You reminded me because we're talking about like segregation in NBA. My favorite
Right.
quote was from the Suns owner, and his quote was, "These niggas need a nigga." And
Hey yo, I remember that.
it was in. It's for those of you who don't know. It was in regards to he was trying to hire the next head coach, and he
Mhm.
had an assistant coach who had experience as being the assistant coach, and he had this one dude who was a player development. He was something like who had no experience whatsoever at actually coaching. But the dude who had experience was white, and the one who didn't have experience was black. And he
Mhm.
gave the one who didn't have experience and black the job, and they said why. He said these niggas need a nigga, and they're trying to cancel him. But I just can't cancel someone who's here for like the African American. Like he's here to support us. Like he wasn't wrong. These niggas needed a nigga. He got them a nigga in Monty, and they're winning. Like, and you know who the general manager is? James Jones. A nigga.
Another nigga.
Like he knew. Like I can't be like okay. Yes, he was a white man saying that, but he wasn't saying in a way. He was just saying that these niggas need a nigga. And someone on Twitter was like, "I'm mad that this white man said it because that is the
Oh,
ultimate speech." Like,
yeah, like
imagine you're like trying to go like decide if you want to go to HBCU, and the recruiter's like, "Bro, these niggas need a nigga, bro." Like that's like, it's gold, bro. Like it's the best thing.
nah. My quote. What I've been using this lately. All right, now this is the part I'm gonna clip.
Okay.
All right, this is a life this is right here. This is life. This is a way of life. This
Okay.
is a way to live life. This is what will get you through any and everything that you may have questions about within life. All
Okay.
right.
Let me hear it. What's
All right. There are two things you never underestimate.
okay?
One is the stupidity of people,
Okay.
and two, the horniness of a man.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Those two things will get you through anything in life.
A lot of wars have
A-
been
a-
fought
a-
on those two things.
any questions you have about anything,
Yep.
they will get you through. Why is Will still with Jada? Number two.
Yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely.
How did Trump become president? Number
Number
one.
one. Yeah. I told wasn't I on here when I told you like they said the phones got bigger when we found out we could watch porn on them.
Yeah, bro. Like anything you could think about is either one or two.
Yeah.
If you could apply them to anything.
No, you're absolutely.
And like once you start like if you get frustrated and upset about something, what you're doing is one or two, underestimating the stupidity of people or the horniness of a man.
What Dave Chappelle say? He was like, he said he don't know how women do it because like they gave him like some money
Mm.
for a show, so like, he was like younger, and he was like nervous to get on the train because he had all this money on him. He said, but he'd be damned if he would have got on that train with some pussy on his back. He's like, he wouldn't even have took it. He's like, I believe it. Right now, my runner for quarter of the year was I saw it on Twitter. It was like old heads be giving me random advice. I just heard my uncle tell my little cousin, at the end of the day gotta end. He's like, I was waiting for something more, but that's all he said. I said, you know what? I like it. At the end of the day, they gotta end.
Nah, what's funny is that one of my homies, E-Man, he came through here before, but I remember he posted that. Like, he posted something like that years ago. He said, bro, at the end of the day, it's the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like
And I
shit.
was like, bro, I feel that.
Yeah,
Like, it ain't deep, but it's deep. You know what I'm saying?
that's what she said.
I don't know, bro. It's like, I just looked at the time, I was like, dang, it's late.
Yeah, that's why I said let me get that my favorite quote. So now I have it. So we're gonna keep a track of Tristan's favorite quote. I don't right now. That's what's in the lead.
Bro, we gotta get some women in here. I want to say some bitches, man. I don't know why. But we gotta get some like, I don't know why, but saying bitches is just, it's
Future said, "Excuse me when I call you hoe, but bitch, you know I talk
I
like that."
I don't like to call a single woman a bitch. I feel like
Okay.
that's too direct. But
Oh,
if we just say like bitches as a like
as a yeah, as a general, like niggas.
yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm mad that they don't feel like that's equal. Like this racial slur is the same as this.
I've told women like every woman that I'm talking to, I say don't call me a nigga.
Yeah, like they don't feel like that's.
And they be like why? I said because I feel like that's offensive. They was like but it's for both genders. I said okay now if I said it's a nigga in the house,
Right.
you gonna think it's a man in the house. Or who nigga is this? You ain't never heard a man say that's my nigga and he was talking about his girl.
Yeah.
Nah, it's always
Bryson Tiller.
I mean,
That ain't my girl. That's my nigga.
that's not his girl then. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign of disrespect. That's what it is. But you know.
I feel you. Nah, I'm with you. Yeah. As a plural, yeah.
But yeah,
Some bitches.
we need to get some bitches in here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just show up, Ishmael. Yeah, I tell everyone, man, this is your thing. You're just gracious enough to let me come through. So, people ask me, Tristan, when can I come? I say, you got to contact Ish. This is his thing.
Nobody even contacts me.
They're not following through. Yeah, they might be nervous to talk to you, Ish.
I mean, that's believable.
So yeah, that might be what it is. But
I told you people come here and get starstruck about like the actual atmosphere.
I believe it. I haven't experienced your level of fame outside in the world, but like at work, I won't, disclose where I work at, but the position I'm in, I be having people walking to me, "You're Tristan, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, to this now it's like this, like compared to celebrities, but I now know that I couldn't be a celebrity because they be coming up to me. I'm like, they're like, oh, that post you sent me, right? You was like, "Tristan, is this you?" I got like 5 other things.
I
Like,
knew it was you, but I was just
right. And niggas was like, I seen you on the TV the other day. I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. I don't know you niggas. How are y'all knowing me? I was like thinking, who are these niggas? Like
who are these niggas?
that's what they be giving me. I'm like, Like they be knowing, like, oh yeah, I know you. I'm like, I had
How?
to start. I start now asking people, and what is your name? Because I'm
Mm.
like, wait a minute, these niggas know too much about me. I need to know. I need to start identifying who are you.
Oh, like I'm a supervisor at work, so like bro, that I know exactly what you mean. They be
Yeah,
like the other day, this girl she was walking with
it's just
some
a head honcho out there.
with a bag of cokes, right?
Oh, what is it? Coke. I'm like, oh man.
Nah, it was Coca Colas, right? And I was like, no, no, where are you going with all these? She was like, I plan on putting some in my locker. Would you want one? I said, yeah, I would. She was like, oh, you're mean. I said, huh? She was like, yeah, you the mean guy.
Damn, man, she
And
got
I'm
that
like,
type of rep.
I'm honest with people. And so I'm like, I'm me. And so when she walked out, my manager was like, oh yeah, she does this. I said, oh, she the person I be talking to over the radio. Yeah, she deserved that shit.
Yeah, see, that's all it is. You just a Tim. So I mean, people, he's friendly. So you guys can, DM him. You DM me if you guys want to be on there. By people, I mean, in Ish's words, bitches. Not my word, but in Ish's words, bitches. If you guys would like to stop by,
I think we do need more. I
not
don't
my words.
this guy. I do feel that women bring a different aspect to the conversation,
Definitely,
and I don't know. I feel like sometimes we need a third person as well.
definitely. It does feel a little empty right here.
Yeah, just a third consistent person would be great too.
Oh, consistent.
What?
I don't know. Then it takes away from my mic time.
Not really.
Yeah, see, this is the problem with coaches. See, this is the problem with the NBA. Everyone thinks we need a big three. Sometimes big two and supporting characters are just as good.
Yeah, we need a supporting character.
Yeah, that means like not it's current. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
wouldn't be a co-host. They
maybe
would
they
just be
be.
here consistently. Like you watch Brilliant Idiots. Wax
Sometimes
Wax isn't the co-host. He's just always there. You know.
I got you. All right,
Um. But yeah, time for 20 questions,
all
man.
right. Here
Before
we
we
go.
get up out of here.
I'm gonna try to do this a little quicker than we usually do.
All right, man.
All right. Are you
Wait,
ready?
wait, wait, wait. I have not chosen an album yet.
Okay. I already know it's Chinky Jackpot. So
Uh,
one day I'm gonna not be here, and that's what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be upset.
it's not Chinky Jackpot. All right, but I got it though.
All right, okay. Is it a rap album?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Are they from Atlanta?
No.
Are they from New York?
No.
From California?
Yes. That's
Okay.
4 questions.
All right, there we go. That helps so much. Usually I don't even get that, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, I decided to go easy because I didn't feel like doing research.
Okay, is it Kendrick Lamar?
No.
From California. Has it been released in the last 5 years?
When did this album drop? It should have came out 5 years ago.
Time flies.
Mine's First Class. No, it was not 5 years within the last 5 years.
Was it within the last 10 years?
Yes.
Okay,
7 questions.
within the last 10 years. So that's what 2012 and now. Is it Grammy nominated?
It shouldn't have been. No. Hold on. Hell, what would that? I'd be damned if it was Grammy nominated. Billboard gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, shout out. So okay.
It also did 85,000 pure album sales first week.
Depending on when that dropped, that might be impressive.
It debuted at number 2.
Oh, okay. But wasn't Grammy nominated.
No. Whew.
Damn, debut number 2. California artist. Is it Earl? I don't like shit. I don't go outside.
No.
Oh.
That's 8 questions, and I'll be damned if Earl debuted top 10, let alone number 2.
I love that title. That's one of my favorite titles. I don't like shit. I don't go outside. From California. Wasn't Kendrick last 10 years? Debut at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Nipsey?
That's number 10.
That's 10. Trying to think of California artists. Is it a man?
Yes, that's 11.
Okay.
Niggas was about to say Kamaya.
I'm gonna start like, damn.
Please tell me why you always hate.
I was like, this nigga gonna put Chanel West
Please
Coast
tell me-
up here.
You think she debuted at number 2?
Hey, look, she might have dropped like on a slow week.
No, like
85 pure still. That's actually not bad. Like I said, depending on when this was, it's not bad.
I know, I legit know my next album for next week, and You're gonna be pissed when you don't get it.
I won't be here. Remember I told you I gotta go somewhere next weekend.
Oh shoot.
But the
What
week
you
after
going out
that.
of town next weekend?
Hmm.
Like the whole weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going out of town Saturday, so
Oh, yeah,
I might try to record. I don't know. Then
yeah.
I'm gonna save that one for when you come back.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let me. What's
Wait, we definitely gonna damn, cause the week after we're gonna have to start recording on like sometime Saturday
okay?
because the next like it'll be May 6th and I got Doctor Strange tickets.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. Uh, shit. Okay, California artist, not a man. Okay, 10 years. That's 2012. Debut number two. It's not. It's not. Is it the game?
It is the game.
Okay, cool. Is it? I mean, shit. That's only what you call it. Documentary too.
Yeah, you got the album.
Yeah, there
That's
we go.
it.
Hey, look at that. That's. Hey, I'm out here, man. Documentary too. No 50. Keep the change, ho. That's the song with him and
Yeah,
Ye. Feeling lonely. Yeah. Shout out. Okay.
I love that album.
I only know that song and the him with Kendrick song.
Really? The one with Ice Cube go crazy.
I ain't heard that one. He had a song with Wayne on there too, right? And Sean. And that on that album too.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Let me
documentary
see.
too. No 50. Keep the change.
No, he got one with Puff. 100's on that album too.
Okay. Oh, maybe Wayne and Sean on that other album that he put out before that
2.5.
one.
It's a 2.5. No, they're not on that one either.
He has a song with Wayne.
It's one with Wayne on the 2.5. It's called
Okay.
From Adam.
They had song with Sean on one of these albums. I could sworn Wayne was on it too.
Um,
It's the one with the little the window church thing.
the Window Church.
Like I can't the glasses stain like how church is. I can't remember the exact
Oh,
term.
Jesus Piece.
Yeah, I think it's on that album.
Yeah, you talking about Jesus Piece. That's all that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm something of a music savant if you guys haven't noticed yet.
Okay. Look. When you fold on this next one, and the crazy, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clip this,
Okay.
and I'm gonna add the next one to it. Like when you don't get it.
Also, we need to set up a I don't know if we need to talk about this off camera. But we need to set up an intro.
All right.
Yeah.
We can start with the outro. You got any last words?
No. I think that's it. Y'all niggas need to know how to drive in Atlanta. We'll talk about that next week or the week after.
Yeah, if you made it this far, man, thanks for rocking with the Jones.com
If
podcast.
no, you did make it this far, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for rocking out with it. Do you watch these back?
Sometimes. I
Oh.
mean, I don't like hearing my own voice, so
I mean, I've gotten used to mine at this point, and I was there for it. So like, the only reason I only watch back for clips.
I'll watch it a little bit, like it, and if I'm showing someone, I'll watch it. But I can't, like I told my coworkers this, like I'll edit whatever we do, except if it's anything dealing with my voice, because I did enough of that in college and I hate it. Like I hate hearing myself like come editing it. I hate it. So
Yeah. Don't forget to rate this thing 5 stars. I need to start saying at the beginning.
yes, please like and subscribe. Hit that little bell. That way you get notifications for whatever we drop. You guys start sounding like a YouTuber, sound like cause this is on YouTube. Hit that little bell. That way you guys get you guys get notifications.
But what about the audio people?
I don't know how to audio. They can subscribe like that too and still
Yeah,
get
they
a
can
little
subscribe
and get the notifications. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, subscribe, comment, and ring that little bell for your notifications.
All right, man. Once again, thanks for rocking out with the Jones.com podcast. We are out of here.